be oftentimes politically incorrect, Patrick Dewar.
Gold dredging. Very interesting and very heatedly debated topic, but first point is that most people really have no clue what it is. This is a gold dredge. The gold dredge is a basic machine which, after taking piles of sediment and gravel off of river beds in gold-bearing areas, runs it through a sluice box where the gold is separated out from excess material, and the excess material, silt and sediment, is spewed back into the river. Now, the gold mining business has been part of Californian culture and economy since the middle of the 19th century. Yet, these days, the mother lode, as it is often called, is under attack. Now, this is really a local matter for us because there's currently a statewide moratorium or ban on the business of gold dredging. And this really has affected us a lot as a state on the local economy level as well as a lot of cultural things. And there's really a first-hand perspective which we can get by really being on the front of these things. I myself have a lot of experience in this matter, and I know a lot of people who have really suffered because of the gold ban. Now, basically what it has boiled down to is a courtroom competition between two sides. One, we have the environmental groups and the local Native American tribes who have ecological concerns about the side effects of gold dredging. And on the other side, we have recreational gold claimers and recreational prospectors and miners, as well as small-scale claim owners. I myself once owned a claim. Now, it's really important that we be informed about both sides of this argument, because really the decision is ours, what the future of gold mining is going to be. And this is a really important matter for a lot of the towns which really have their economies depending on the gold business. And when you take away one of its most important tools, one of the most widely used and most efficient, it's going to really suffer and it's going to affect a lot of people. Now, first, those who have environmental concerns really do have some valid points. A lot of people will tend to immediately discard them because they're just a bunch of aging hippies, but there are some genuine concerns. They come down to two major points. First off, mercury deposits. Buried underneath the surface of the riverbed, there are deposits of mercury which are stirred up when you dredge across it. And once this is released into the water, it endangers various local fish hatcheries and wildlife. Second, they say that the silt clouds released by the machine cloud up the water and settle into areas where smaller creatures are living and destroy their environments and also interfere in the oxygenation of the water. Now, while these are some valid points, the opposition, our second point here, has made some interesting refutations to these accusations. Now, in court, they've made some interesting claims. First off, they point out that there's not enough revenue generated by this entire ban and everything and to actually enforce it and make it practical. And so the money's coming out of taxpayer pockets. Second, they also say that it is harming the local economy in various towns which are dependent on the business which they get seasonally from prospectors coming in and out, as well as the local level, people making money off of their claims who live there. And that is really making the gold country towns suffer. They also cite violations of property and economic rights on the personal level. They say that it is their constitutional right to make their living this way, and they've been doing it for so many years. How come all of a sudden, just because they say they have to stop, their licenses are revoked and they can get 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine if they're caught doing it again? Also, probably the most interesting one is there has never been a single bit of proof that one fish or creature was ever harmed by any of the mercury in the rivers. In fact, they have found out from their own research that mercury is actually mostly taken out of the water by the dredging machines. And while small-scale prospectors will be taking it out of the rivers for free, instead of the government having to fund a program to go in and get it all out. And so, all in all, it boils down to the situation of, while it has the potential to be harmful, there's really no proof, and it's having a lot of side effects on our economy. And there really wasn't any proper research done because there's no evidence. So really what all of us need to do, both they and us, those who are doing the research and those who are voting on the matter, we need to be informed, and we have to realize that the future of this matter is in our hands, and thus we should always be prepared for it.